You're listening to the Smash Bros. Cast, episode 23. I'm your host, N64 Josh. Player 2, my sparring partner and co-host, NightCrawlr. What is up, dude?
Hey, how's it going?
It is going good, man. It is going good. We've been playing some Smash.
We had a good time.
Oh man, we're gonna talk about that later. It was a ton of fun. My cheeks hurt from laughing so much. It was good stuff. Good stuff. Before we get into this, guys, if you want to get yourself a free book from Audible, go to audibletrial.com/SBC. There you can pick up something awesome like Ready Player One or Console Wars. That's audibletrial.com/SBC. The chair I'm sitting in from OP Seat, go to n64josh.com/OP Seat. You'll automatically save $10 at checkout. And all the chairs are on sale right now for back to school sale. I love these chairs. I would not promote them if I didn't love them. That's n64josh.com/OP Seat. Boom. Let's get to the countdown for Smash. That's you.
That's me. Well, I got some of it and then it cuts out. So I'm waiting on you. There we go. All right. Today is August 24th and we are 104 days away from Smash. So next time we get together, we are going to be under 100 days.
Oh, man.
It's getting close.
It is. I cannot wait. They keep showing video and all kinds of stuff. Like, I cannot wait to play this game. You know what I want to do the most?
What?
Any guesses? No, don't guess. All I want to be able to do is before I go to bed every night, I want to have the Switch in handheld mode and I want to be able to play a couple rounds and then fall asleep.
So I can crush your dreams before you dream?
What? You ain't crushing nothing, son. You need to get on my level to crush them dreams.
Yesterday you got some dreams crushed.
That was because of items. There were some dreams crushed. There were some dreams crushed, that's for sure. So this is pretty cool, guys. Sakurai does basically an interview, an article with Famitsu fairly regularly. I don't think it's weekly. I don't know if it's once a month exactly. I don't know what the time frame for it is, but it's fairly regularly. And so sourcegaming.com does an excellent job of translating the entire interview. And I linked to it in the show notes, n64josh.com/SBC23. Okay. Now, the last article basically was just Sakurai going over the direct and kind of, maybe giving a few thoughts here and there on it. There wasn't a whole lot to pull out of it, but there was one thing in particular that we did snag. Here's a direct quote. And it says, battles get even wilder than usual, so it might be better suited for casual play. And what he's talking about there is the Smash meter. What I was hoping would be, something that might make it into competitive play or might be kind of fun to mess around with. He's saying it's probably best for casual play, which I know a lot of people were disagreeing with me, and that's fine. I mean, people are going to do that. It's okay. We're all allowed our opinions, but
yeah. And I had seen some stuff on, I think it was on Twitter, kind of confirming that the part of the reason why that is best suited for casual play is because it will charge passively, even if you're not doing anything, like just standing there, it'll charge still. So I think that's kind of part of the reason why it's geared towards casual play. So even if you're losing, falling, dying, all that kind of stuff, it's still working its way up.
Gotcha. So if you have Bayos just standing there shooting each other, gaining their Smash meter
for two and a half minutes,
then that's a problem. Yeah. That's a problem. So, I mean, who knows? If you're not really going to have the option just to stand around unless you're pulling some stunt like that. Typically, you're going to be fighting and moving the whole time. I don't know. I'm excited to mess around with it. We may be able to come up with some fun modes. You never know. I mean, look, Smash was built, the competitive scene was built on people just messing with a game and trying to get a rule set made up on their own, you know? removing items, that kind of stuff. Like, who knows what we'll come up with? But Sakurai does say it's probably best for casual play. We got some videos this week, thanks to Nintendo. While at Gamescom, we got videos of King K. Rool versus Snake. What'd you think of the gameplay of King K. Rool?
He's surprisingly nimble for a heavyweight.
He did seem to move pretty quick. What I wondered about watching it, though, I'm like, is he quick, or is this game, because this game seems to be faster than Smash 4? I immediately want to go, okay, how does he compare to Bowser? How does he compare to Ganondorf?
DK or
DK? Yeah, like, I want to see him next to another heavyweight, because Snake was moving too. Snake was moving pretty quick, and we kind of planned on, we figured he would. But probably the highlight for me, what's his gun called? The blunderbuss or something like that?
Blunderbuss, yeah.
So he shoots that thing straight and it hits Snake. Then he angles it, right? He angles it and smacks Snake up into the air. He was at like, when he fires it, Snake was at 72. When he hit Snake, it put him up to 84, but he shot him in the direction of the bullet, of the cannonball. And when he hit that, it put him to 104 and send him. It was a kill confirmed right there. Like,
yeah, it was like a pre-fire blunderbuss to a forward smash into the cannon out of the blunderbuss to just be a crazy blast zone kill off the right hand side. It was beautiful. I mean, yeah, it was nuts.
It was really, really beautiful. So, the only thing I heard, like, because they were talking about a lot in our Discord, is some people were talking about his recovery may be a little on the weak side. Like, he may not have much for recovery. So
what heavyweight doesn't have a bad recovery?
Right. Yeah. So, I guess going back to the blunderbuss thing, I think I haven't watched too many videos. I was talking to somebody that had seen a few YouTubers talk about it, and they're questioning whether or not the blunderbuss is aimable, like directional wise, on that tilt off the bat, or if you have to fire one first before you're able to do that tilt up for the blunderbuss. So that could be, I mean, it's all speculation at this point, but you never know. There's everyone's overanalyzing everything now. Yeah, that's true. I mean, are there any other characters that have the ability to shoot their projectile in a direction like that? Like,
I mean, Pac-Man can change his projectile, and they behave differently. Like the Galaga ship circles around, and like some of them are on an arc, some of them are on a straight line. So that's something. I feel like Duck Hunt, I think you can aim the clay pigeons just a little bit angled up, but it's still very minimal.
Next up was Dark Samus and Chrom. Any big take? And Ridley was also in this, and I believe Lucina. It was a team battle. That had items on. What? Any takeaways from that match?
That video is harder to focus just due to the chaos. I mean, kind of like what we had last night going when we were playing Smash 4. Yeah. But I mean, there's so much going on. But you can definitely see the more floatiness of Dark Samus. And they mentioned that in her description, that her movement is just floatier. I think her up B is different a little bit as well. So you kind of see a little bit of that. And then Chrom, I don't know enough about Roy to like pick out the differences on their movesets, but I mean, it was a good battle. I think it went to sudden death, I think. And so that confirms that they still go back to the 300 health that we had in Smash 4 for sudden death challenges. So. Yeah.
Again, kind of just going off of some of the conversations I saw in the Discord, they were just saying, like, I don't remember who it was exactly. I got to say what's up to everybody. We've had so many new people show up in the Discord from this podcast. So thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us. But there wasn't anything real positive said about Samus or Chrom. Like, I think the exact words were like a weaker version of Roy, and they made it sound like Roy already wasn't that great. So
Roy's recovery is challenging sometimes, and so I think you're still going to face that same challenge with Chrom.
Yeah. So overall, just great to see new gameplay. Love that. It just gets me hyped. I'm just hyped. So, moving on to the Smash blog for this last week here, we have Villager number 45. This fighter attacks using skills from daily life in the village, such as planting, growing, and cutting down trees. They also use items like nets, slingshots, and turnips. The villager can also put items or incoming projectiles into a pocket to use later, which is always hilarious. So, and of course, each of these have like gameplay videos with them. So I have a link to the blog if you guys want to check it out, or it's just smashbros.com. But there will be a link in the show notes. So next up is Dark Pit. You got this in front of you there?
Yeah, let me get it up here.
So Dark Pit number 28. Dark Pit is Pit's Echo Fighter. His abilities are mostly the same as Pit's, but his hair and clothes are different colors. He summons different weapons and celebrates victory to a different tune.
I think his arrows probably still behave a little bit differently. I know regular Pit and Dark Pit's arrows had slightly different weight to them, so they would drop at different speeds.
I see.
So that was something different.
Okay. What do we got for today's music?
So we have a track from Fire Emblem Heroes. For the first time, we're announcing the name of this track. Gear up for Enjoy Hiroki Mashirota's arrangement. What is that? What the name of the track is? Gear up for ...
Gear up for ...
Okay, that's the name of the track. I was like, okay, yep, that's it.
And I think it's Hiroki Morishita.
Yeah. You're
don't you love reading that stuff? It's the best. Welcome to podcasting, like, my friend.
Reading names from chat too are always fun and interesting.
All right, here we go. Here's the music, guys. That drummer is absolutely insane. Oh my gosh. That fill was out of control. Like so good. Different sounding kind of than what some of the other tracks have been. A little different, but man, when those drums kicked in, like I couldn't help but smile there. Next we got a Pokemon.
I was gonna leave you to it. Give him the Josh name first, I guess.
The Josh name, that would be like Puffer Rat would be what I would call it. I'm gonna read this like it was a meme, so I'm gonna say Tojdamaru. There you go.
Sure.
Yeah. Why? This Pokemon.
Sure Kirby will fix you.
Oh yeah. This Pokemon shoots sparks from its body. You'll take severe damage if they hit you, so we recommend keeping your distance. So, there you go. Next up, what's the next fighter?
We got Duck Hunt. He is number 59. This duo excels at long-range attacks like kicking, exploding cans, throwing clay pigeons. For their final smash, 3 games from the Light Gun series, Team Up, Duck Hunt, Hogan's Alley, and Wild Gunman.
You know what that makes me want to do?
Throwbacks.
I want to go and see what his final smash is in the current game. It's probably the same. It's probably very close.
It's probably the same one.
Yeah, like
we just don't know because we never play with Smash Ball.
Exactly. I feel like we've missed a lot. So, lastly, Alucard is the assist trophy. Alucard will attack nearby opponents with a flurry of slashes. As the son of Dracula, he can also turn into a bat and charge at opponents farther away. By the way, when you read Dracula backwards, you get Alucard. There you go. So there's
I believe he's from Symphony of the Night. I believe.
Yeah,
I think.
Which is a game.
I know.
Spoilers. If you play all the way through it, when you beat it, what you think is the end, it then flips over and you play it all upside down. Basically. So, chat says they're going to start calling that Pokemon the way I said it. There you go. So good stuff there. We're still getting daily updates, guys. Keep up to date with the Smash Bros. Blog. So, okay. For our talking points, I got a question from chat. If you guys if you have any other questions, right now is the time. Like anything you want us to cover right now, now's the time to ask. And but here's from chat from what I said earlier. How do you feel about going back and forth from playing Smash with joycons, handheld in bed, to playing with a GameCube controller everywhere else? And this is something I don't know if I may have posted something in Discord not too long ago where it shows like GameCube controller Joy-Cons on the side of the Switch, and ultimately that's what I would want, right? I would want Joy-Cons that were laid out like a GameCube controller. That being said, the ability to take Smash portably, we've already made a sacrifice in the controller by using a circle pad and that tiny little nubbins that's on the DS, right? So
yeah, and I hardly ever use that when I'm playing on my DS.
See, I use it all the time for my Smash moves, and so I'm like this is still going to be an improvement, and so I'll be fine with it. I think it will still be a good way to practice on the go. I know it won't be the GameCube. The inputs aren't going to be, identical to what they would be on the GameCube, but just to be able to practice whenever I want without it being the Circle Pad Pro, to me, it's an improvement in my mind. I don't know. What do you think, Crawler?
I mean, the biggest thing for me is I play my Switch probably 90% docked. I have 2 docks in my house. I have one upstairs. I have one down here kind of with all my podcasting stuff, streaming stuff. But for the most part, I'm not usually taking my Switch out. So the few times I do, it is just, whoa, something just turned off. The few times I do is if I'm going on vacation and I want to take it with me, which is an extremely convenient thing to have. Just everything that I have game wise that I'm playing on my Switch can come with me, and that's great. Or like you said, playing in bed a little bit, like take it up with you, and it's a good way to still be with your family, but not 100% away from your games. I
not
guess,
be with your family.
buried in a Switch. But I mean, it's for me. I am interested to try. We're talking here in chat about Pro controller versus GameCube controller. I have the GameCube controller here now from Smash 4. I have the new one pre-ordered as well, but I have 2 Pro controllers as well. I'm interested to try them all, and we'll see how they do. But I think they're going to be comparable to each other. But the GameCube controller right now is what I've been comfortable playing with for quite some time now. So I think that's what I'm going to stick with. And switching back and forth between DS and this. I played a little bit of DS this last weekend, was because some people in Discord only have DS because they don't have Wii U's right now, and it wasn't that big of an issue for me. So I think just GameCube is going to be the default way I play, and then there's other ways that I'll be able to adapt that might not be the most competitive, but will be great to have as an option. And then also as well, you can have up to 4 GameCube controllers on your adapter if people come over with a controller. But then also you can do the wireless. I'm sure that you're going to be able to play single Joy-Con if you want to sideways with the shoulder button bumpers on, because control wise, I think it's pretty similar to Brawl Out. I mean, with inputs, and you can play Brawl Out single Joy-Con sideways. So
that would be identical to the DS before it got the nubbins. The old DS didn't have the little nub, so it would be identical. Yeah, so it'd just be without that guaranteed Smash nub C stick kind of. You just have to get the inputs right, but yeah. So I mean, so you can have any way to play under the sun. I mean, people in our Discord talked about they started playing Smash on Brawl and they used the Wiimote sideways with, what is that? It's two buttons on the face there. It's 1 and 2, and then the D-pad, and it was motion. Is that motion controls? I think for some of those inputs. I mean, there's crazy ways to play Smash. So I think they're just giving you tons of options, and I'm not thrown off too much because the way I want to play when I'm practicing to improve myself is sitting down here in front of my monitor with a GameCube controller in hand. And then if I'm having fun or just sparring or kind of just messing around, then any old controller I think I'm okay with. Gamaza Luke is asking, but what's wrong with the Pro Controller? There's nothing wrong with it. So here's the deal. For you guys that and maybe not everybody knows this, you can plug your Pro Controller into your Switch, and you can set it to where it works as a corded controller. It turns off the NFC reader, so you can't use your Amiibo, but you can use it as a corded controller. There's a few things with GameCube controllers and Smash. I think some of it is it's just been the way it is, right? So if you're just getting into Smash, I know I've heard a lot of people say, this is going to be the first Smash I've played since 64. Some people have said it's going to be the first Smash I've played ever. Okay. The only major difference, there's a couple major differences between this controller and this controller. Okay, I'm holding a GameCube controller and a Pro controller if you guys just listening. You have an extra shoulder button on the Pro controller, which is nice because you can pretty much program these things however you want with Smash. It seems that's been the case in the past. Okay, with the GameCube controller, you only have the Z button, right? So Assassinate the Shadow is saying there can be input lag, but I don't know if you just got here or not. It can be plugged in, and so it eliminates input lag. You can actually just setting on the Switch to be able to eliminate input lag. The one benefit of the GameCube controller is you have these like octagon shapes, not just circles. So when you're going to a certain direction, it kind of pulls it in that way. So depending on if you're trying to go like at an angle, you can be a little more accurate. The feel, I mean, I love the feel of the GameCube controller. I love the feel of the Pro controller. It's really going to boil down to your preference. Some people, the triggers on the GameCube controller, which I need to test this again too. Like, there are these really long throw analog triggers. They're only read digitally on the Switch though. Yeah. So again, it doesn't, it's going to be this very similar input. So it's really going to boil down to personal preference. I feel like it's going to be a wash between the two. I feel like both are going to be a good option. if you don't have either of them and you have to play just with the Joy-Con grip, you're still going to be okay. You still got all the buttons, you still got all the triggers, you still have, and then when you're playing handheld from the grip, you're using the same control scheme all the time, right? So, I mean, it's just the options. It's whatever you're comfortable with. I've had, not that I'm great at the game, but I've had no problem going between the DS and then to the GameCube controller, right? It hasn't been an issue for me. And so, of course, when I'm playing the DS, I'm like, man, I wish this was a GameCube controller, right? I mean, who wouldn't? But a lot of it's just going to boil down to your personal preference. So if you don't want to invest in the adapter and another GameCube controller, stick with the Pro controller. Like you're going to be okay. It's definitely a better option than the Wii U Pro controller, which the analog sticks were in weird places, just bizarre. So, and Benji's asking if wireless is really that bad. Benji, when it comes to this game, like playing at a tournament, you don't want any kind of input lag, right? You don't want that. If you're just playing in your living room, playing online, it's not, you're going to have input lag already because of the being online. It's just that's the nature of the beast. Even when the game runs, even when Smash 4 is running perfectly, you still have input lag.
They do. Colton, the original GameCube controllers do work.
Yes. Yep. Original GameCube controllers.
I know, like last week, I think during the show, the chat was talking about wanting their Wavebirds and all that kind of stuff. I think that's just going to be the same thing. Just you can't mitigate the input lag with that, and I don't know what kind of compounded issues that comes with going through the GameCube adapter to the Switch via a wireless connection with a Wavebird, but that should still work, no problem.
I raced Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with my Wavebird. The day the update came out that was an option, I played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with my Wavebird, and it was no problem. No problem. So I hope that helps, guys. And if you're listening to this and you think I'm off my rocker or whatever, like, let me hit me up on Twitter at N64Josh. Like it's, to me, it's kind of an interesting topic to talk about, because I kind of wonder too, I love the GameCube controller, don't get me wrong, but I almost feel like it's this thing that's been there since Melee, and it's just now it just needs to be there. I don't look at it like, oh, here's Nintendo just trying to nickel and dime me for something else. Like, I really feel like the fact that they are offering this is because it's what the community wants. So it's really a good thing. It's really a good thing in my eyes. So here we go. Last night we decided, hey, let's, Colton says we always think you're crazy. Okay, good. That's good. Last night we got on to practice Smash, and just to play. I finished my other podcast, the Nintendo Powercast, and said, "Hey, chat, let's play some Smash." And we had NightCrawlr join me and two other people, and we jumped in and had some good matches, and then we started doing teams, and then chat was like, "Hey guys, turn items on." So you go big or you go home, right? So we turned all the items on, turned it on high, and it became pure pandemonium. The chat was asking me to play with my pink Wii remote, but I couldn't get it to sync up. So we had so much fun, like literally just laughing, having a great time. It was not there was, I mean, of course you're trying to fight each other. It's competitive as far as that goes, but you're not like, it's not like you're sweating and your heart is racing and it's just like, super intense. It was just like, it was like casual Smash, and it was really, really fun. What'd you think, Crawler?
Yeah, eventually we all got to random characters, and we were just kind of taking that roll of the dice as we went into the sandbag screen, seeing what we got. And it was, we could have, I think, dialed up the craziness a little bit higher if we turned on team attack as well. But
been nuts.
It would have been really nuts. But yeah, it was fun. I think the best part is just seeing what comes out of the Pokeball or the assist trophy or anything, because the way competitive Smash is played, 90% of the game is hidden and you just don't see it. And there was a point where Josh jumped off the stage to try to go get a Smash Ball and he got it, but he died with it. And it was just completely worth it, apparently. But yeah, I mean, it's just, it was fun. We saw Andros, we saw, we had the chickens from Zelda attack everybody.
Did you kick the chicken? Wasn't it you that kicked the chicken? I was like, don't you know? Don't you know?
And then I think what was the best part of the end was, I think I was 1v2 and I got a baseball bat and I broke C7's shield and put him to sleep, and somehow that put
Mr. Cool Red Luigi was
I think everyone went to sleep. We were playing. That was free for all with items. That's what we were doing.
Yeah, and
so it was three of us left. Josh had died already. But
you don't have to point out these things.
But everyone went to sleep and I had a baseball bat, so I hit a home run, and then I wanted to switch to there was a fire sword that had just appeared on the stage, so I wanted to pick that up and I threw it at Mr. Cool Red Luigi, the bat, just to get rid of it, and he was asleep as Sonic on the ground, and he just went flying because he had enough damage as well. And we were just having the greatest time. Our cheeks hurt from laughing so much.
It was really, really fun. So remember, that is what I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I'd never seen, I didn't even know there was a blue shell in the game, right? Because as soon as I got the game, I turned the items off and I was like, I'm competitive. I didn't even know most of the moves, right? Like, but I'm like, I'm taking this game super serious. And no, I totally didn't. I didn't. I went back to playing. I was way into a game called Destiny, and that's all I played. So,
and we got mocked by Ninja Yoshi in Discord the other night. You might remember him from being on the show a couple weeks ago. But he's like, I only play with items. He's like, I just play fun with family and friends. He goes, I beat all my friends. I don't know if that says anything, but that's how we all. I think that's how we all feel. Is that if you're the best against your friends, you must be okay. But the game is meant to be fun as well, and we got to remember that.
Yeah, and I mean, competitive's fun, casual's fun. Like, this game offers so much. Like, there's so much to it, and you can play it exactly how you want. Personally, I want to play it. I want to get as competitive as I can. And at the same time, there's going to be streams and things that we do where we do 8-man Smash with all the items, and it's going to be pure pandemonium, and everybody's going to be laughing and crying, and it's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait for the amount of just laughter that's going to happen playing those games. I also can't wait to improve my game and get better with Mario and some other characters as well. And so I'm really, really looking forward to it. And speaking of getting better, this week I'd had enough. Crawler and I played, and we kind of keep going back and forth. Like, what's strange, we'll play together. We'll do it like one day, he'll have a hard time beating me, and then the next time we play, you'd think, oh, this is going to continue. Nope. Now I can't seem to beat him, and we just kind of keep going back and forth this way, which is good. It makes for good practice, but it also frustrates me because I'm looking at my gameplay, and I've also done some For Glory matches, and I'm going, what? I don't think I'm seeing improvement here, because I feel like what's happening is I'm jumping in and I'm trying to do the same few moves that I've learned. I've learned a couple combos. I've learned some things that are effective, but then it becomes super predictable. And we've kind of mentioned that before. And so I was like, okay, I can't play against people that are moving right now. I need to learn more moves. I need to have more in my arsenal. Right. So I went into the training mode with a computer that was standing still, and I bumped the percentage up a little bit, and I started working on on like doing a grab to a down throw to a spike with Mario off the edge, right? Getting that timing down. Also working on like following up after I knock somebody off the edge and trying to get out and hit him with the cape and then come back, which with certain characters it works. If you do that to Ike, he's done. He has no way to get back. You do that with Peach, she's still got the recovery. It's not going to work with each character, you know? So what's great about that is I can then go into practice mode and try it with every single character and see who is this effective against and who is it not. So I'm not wasting my time with it. But then also utilizing Flood. And I know I'm focusing specifically on Mario, but this is the kind of stuff I had to do. And if you're in that boat with me where you're like, I feel like I'm plateaued. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm also not getting any better. Take some time, go into the training mode and get the muscle memory. That's what I needed. I need the muscle memory to where it's like, it's not just button mashing, but it's actually entering inputs. And like, I had one of those, like those epiphany, like those moments, like where stuff starts to, like where it starts to click, you know, and all of a sudden my Mario was moving much faster than he had been. I was watching the inputs take place before me. It was like, oh, I don't need to be all over the place with my stick. I can be really accurate and kind of flick it, you know, and it may sound kind of weird, but like, I honestly felt like I was moving my hands faster than I ever had before. And I was watching the game play exactly what I was doing, but I needed to step away from playing against other people or even computer players and just focus on my moves and everything. So here's what I'm doing. I'm coming up with a practice regiment to where each day I'm going to jump into training mode and I'm going to have to land like 3 to 5 spikes in a row. If I miss one, I start over because I want to get that muscle memory down. Working on, and that can be, you can do that with whatever character you choose, whatever combo it is that you're having a hard time nailing. Just set up in practice mode, set up in the different percentages, because I want to get to the point where I'm at, 0 to 20. Here's the move set that I'm going with. 20 to 40 or 20 to 60. Here's what I'm doing. And 60 to 80 or 60 to 100. Here's what I'm doing. And I felt like I was great from 0 to 20 because with Mario, let's be honest, it's very easy. You get a grab and you up, right? It's just. Yeah. Right. It's, but then after that, I had nothing. It was me jumping around, doing my like down air and back airs and not landing consistently. And so I wanted to change that. There's also just the practice. You just have to put time in, and there's a lot that comes with just putting the time in, but get your move set. I don't know. How's your last week been? Any, can you piggyback on that at all?
A little bit. On Sunday, Nate the Anarchist in our Discord reached out, just wanting to play Smash with somebody. And he's one of the people that doesn't currently have a Wii U and has it on 3DS. So I hit him back up and we hopped into a few matches and played a little bit in the morning. And then I think he had stuff to go do. I had stuff to go do. And then I think we kind of picked up and played a little bit more that evening. And that was fun. I think kind of triggered something in his mind, and he went onto Discord shortly thereafter. And I think he's been working on getting a sparring partner kind of for just more regular practice as well. I don't know how that's going. Nate, you can hit us up and let us know how that's going. If you need help, I'm sure one of us or somebody else here in the community can help you out. But yeah, that was fun to get to play on my 3DS. So that, I mean, kind of was a little bit relevant for us discussing, I guess, going back and forth between different controllers and just how I'm comfortable with that. But then I'm trying to think if I played any more. I think I've kind of been trying to hop into For Glory a little bit, just to get that practice and play against people that I know are better than me. That is going to happen. But sometimes sometimes you're the bully on there. I mean, I feel like you're going against somebody that's maybe still working on learning their combos, or you're just able to juggle them up in the air and they can't come back down. And so I think there's just a wide variety of abilities out there on For Glory matches that you can. I went against some trolls the other night when I was just like waiting for Josh to wrap up getting the finishing touches on his podcast, and I played against a Jigglypuff that was just flying back and forth. That was it. That's all they were doing. And I was just working on hitting them up there because they didn't come down and fight at all. So, so yeah, but it's been fun just to work on those matches in For Glory. There was an interesting suggestion in Discord when you had put out, Josh, asking what everyone's kind of training regiment was, because you were spending all that time in training mode. And I don't remember who it was that suggested it, but somebody in Discord said, train up your amiibos to level 50 and then go into just regular Smash and fight them. Because it'll be lag free. It'll be the amiibo, I think, are supposed to kind of recognize patterns that you do and adapt to how you play, so that they can, I mean, they aren't going to be as good as a human player, but they probably will be a lot better than a level 9 computer, and sometimes better than having to deal with the lagginess on For Glory. So that's an option for somebody if you don't have a sparring partner, is just open. You have to open amiibo out of their box, Josh. But you got a few, I guess, your duplicates.
Yeah, I got Mario and Fox right here in front of me, and Ganondorf down on the floor right there.
But what I have for all my amiibo, I haven't like taken the time to personally train them all up to level 50, but I think every single one that I do have open is level 50. And what I did was, when I'd have a group of new amiibo come in, I would open them up and I'd put it on 8-man Smash and turn it up to 99 stock and just let them go at it for a while, and walk away for 2 hours and come back, and they'd be mostly leveled up, and then let them keep going. So they're mostly trained up, so I can now go in and fight any of them, I guess, that I have here in front of me, and I can train that way. So I might have to give that a try this week and see how it goes.
I'm looking through the chat. I think it was C7 Colors, who we played with last night. He's the one that said to use the amiibo as a training partner. So I will definitely be taking that advice and leveling up. Probably again. I'll probably level up all three of them just so that they're fun to play against. But yeah, it's been a while since I felt like I had any kind of a breakthrough with the game. And I felt like this week was one of those weeks. Like, I still have a ton to do. I still have a ton to practice. I still have a ton of muscle memory to get to just be able to move my hands faster. Right. Like, there's just something about it when I was like, it was almost like Neo in the Matrix when he realizes what he can do, you know, and he's just like slowly dodging everything, just watching the punches. I was like, whoa, my hands are moving faster than they ever have. Like but before, I mean, not that I wasn't hitting my buttons intentionally, I was, but it was so much quicker. And I was watching Mario move in ways that I had never moved him before, but I had seen other people do it. So I was like, okay, I know.
And just stage awareness as well, because a lot of times at the very beginning, you and I were just, we'd be purposely pressing the buttons, but we'd be too far away from each other, and we'd just be whiffing and just not landing any of those button presses that we were doing. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So always a ton to learn. That's the point of this show. We want to get better. We want to get better. We're not pros. We just want to get better. We want to help you guys get better any way we can. This coming week, we're going to go over a couple videos that from guys like Zero and maybe a couple more that just kind of break down things that you can do for practice. I know I did some of these early on in the Smash Bros. Cast, but we're going to do that again. And we want everybody to be able to improve. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. Crawler, where can we find you? You guys can find me on Twitter at NightCrawlr724. NightCrawlr's without the E. You can also find me streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/NightCrawlr724, same as the Twitter. I'm occasionally playing Smash, I'm playing Hollow Knight right now, having fun with that. Occasionally on like Mondays and Thursdays if I'm streaming, I have my son down here with me. He's usually a hoot. Chat usually has fun with him, so so yeah, come hang out, and you can also come out and hang out in Josh's Discord. I'm pretty active on there, and that is at n64josh.com/discord. We've had lots of you guys from the podcast come out and join the Discord, so come on down.
You guys can follow me on Twitter at N64Josh. You can follow the show at Smash Bros. Cast. The music you're hearing right now is Metal Melee theme. You can check out the full video at n64josh.com/metalmelee. If you want to get yourself a free book from Audible, go to audibletrial.com/SBC. Pick up something awesome like Ready Player One, or Armada is also another good one. The chair I'm sitting in from OPC, n64josh.com/OPC. Automatically save $10 at checkout, and all their chairs are on sale right now. The show notes for this episode can be found at n64josh.com/SBC23. Lastly, if you have a second, you can leave a review on iTunes. That would be awesome. And the most important thing you can do for us, if you can share this show with friends on your social media, whatever, we would oh my goodness, we would love you for it. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time. Later.